How many of us here can drive? कितने लोगों को drive करना आता है? Not a lot, yeah? Okay, amazing because I can't, but even if you can't drive, imagine you're driving a car and your car breaks down in the middle of the road. What is the first logical step that you take? पहला logical step क्या होता है? आप क्या करोगे? पहले आप puncture check करोगे, tire check करोगे. You're going to look at the tire. Tire's fine, no problem. Next logical step, battery. शायद पुराने ज़माने के कार है. Battery is the problem. तो मैं बैटरी पे काम करूँगी. Now imagine आपकी कार रुक जाती है और आपका first step would have been to throw the entire car away. How silly would that be? Right? लेकिन when we overthink, that is exactly what we do. कोई भी एक negative thought आता है and the first thing that we do is jump off to the worst possible scenario and then start from there. We spiral from there. लेकिन हम negative सोचते क्यों हैं? हम overthink करते क्यों हैं? Why do we overthink? Does it involve positive emotion? No. Overthinking involves negative emotion. Negative emotions में क्या include होता है? There's frustration, there's disappointment, there's grief, pain, threat, and anxiety. तो आप ऐसा सोचोगे कि why do we overthink? Why do we feel negative emotions? What is the purpose of negative emotion? If negative emotions is so unpleasant, why do we feel it? क्या ज़रूरत है negative emotions की? Reason number one, which is an evolutionary reason, the caveman analogy. Back when we were hunters and gatherers, if we felt positive emotion all the time, if we felt hunky-dory all the time, हमेशा अगर हम खुश रहते, you would end up dead in about 20 minutes. Either by other wild animals or by humans, right? Negative emotions would function as protection against injury, threat, and sometimes even death. Our brain's job was to keep us safe by staying alert and suspicious all the time. And negative emotions help us avoid pain and suffering by making us act with caution. That is the first purpose कि हम negative emotions क्यों feel करते हैं. The second reason, the mango analogy. यहाँ पे आम कितने लोगों को पसंद है? गर्मी का मौसम है, आम पसंद है. ठीक है. Imagine I have 3 mangoes with me here. 3 mangoes with me here, okay? Scenario number 1. You give me 2 mangoes and I have 5. I'm happy. I have 5 mangoes. Scenario number 2. Imagine I have 3 mangoes and you take 2 away from me. आपने 2 छीन लिए मुझसे. I have only 1 mango left. I'm sad. जितनी खुशी मुझे 2 मैंगोज मिलने पे होगी, उससे कहीं ज़्यादा दुख मुझे 2 मैंगोज खोने पे होगी. The one thing that I've noticed, एक जो सबसे interesting observation मैंने किया है in my one-on-one sessions where I get to interact with people one-on-one every day and get to know them and their insecurities really closely. Everyone overthinks, right? No matter आपका क्या background है, no matter आपके क्या life experiences है, everyone overthinks. The sooner that we accept this reality of being human, the sooner we can start to work with it and sooner we can start to try and solve it. Now, if अगर everyone overthinks, तो why do I feel so helpless with it? क्या करूँ? Is this a way to live? Can I spend the rest of my life only overthinking and it's ruining my life? Well, I was researching this article on Harvard Business Review, Melody Wilding, and she's a professor of human behavior, and she categorized overthinking into these beautiful 3 categories, so clear, beautiful, crisp, based on only one factor, which is time. The first type of overthinking based on the past. Now, overthinking based on past. Rumination, or what I love to call brooding. एक ही चीज़ को लेकर सोचते रहते हैं हम, पुरानी कोई चीज़ सोचकर सोचते रहेंगे, राइट? Why did he say that at the party? I shouldn't have done that. यार थोड़ा और पढ़ लिया होता 12th 11th में तो शायद दूसरी स्ट्रीम मिल जाती. Regret is a very, very important emotion associated with past overthinking. Regret that can come out of action or inaction. Regret that can come out of things that you did do and things that you didn't do. Both. The next type of overthinking is the present. Future overthinking. इसे we call future tripping or worry. Will I land that internship? My entire career depends on that job interview. क्या होगा अगर उन्होंने मुझे कुछ ऐसा पूछ लिया जिसका जवाब मेरे पास नहीं है? What if I don't have anything to say? What if I can't answer anything during my graduation presentation? All of these things. जो चीज़ें बाद में होने वाली है. Overthinking based on the future. The third type of overthinking, my favorite type of overthinking, is the overthinking based on the present, जिसे हम over analysis या analysis paralysis कहते हैं. इतना analyze कर लो कि you're paralyzed into inaction. You can't do anything. You're not taking any action steps. Should I start creating content? Why didn't you reply to my DM? Should I double text? Wait, am I friend zone? Is he texting other girls? Oh my God, did I get myself into a situationship again? How to overcome overthinking? Let's start from the future. Let's work backwards. Mindset and technique. Whenever you are overthinking about something जिसकी आपको चिंता है, something that's in the future, mindset is that you zoom out. What do I mean by zoom out? You use your ability to look forward in the future to your advantage rather than having your ability to look into the future work against you, make it work for you. Mentally projecting yourself into the future beyond the point of your worries. What does that mean? Example, अगर आपकी कोई इंटरव्यू आ रही है, इंटरव्यूज आ रही हैं यहाँ पे किसी की, जॉब इंटरव्यूज, इंटर्नशिप्स, एनीथिंग लाइक दैट? Few hands? Okay. If you're nervous about your interview coming up, close your eyes and picture yourself 5 years from now. बहुत cliched है, but it's cliched because it works. Imagine that you now work a full-time job that pays you well and you're reflecting back on your college days. And from this future perspective, you realize that the interview was just one of the interviews that you gave out of 50 other interviews, or maybe 10. You are able to put it in perspective. While it's important, it's not the defining moment of your career, and you recall how some of the things didn't go as planned, but also how you adapted and developed and evolved as a person because of those experiences. That's the mindset that you go with. This strategy is known as temporal distancing. इसको हम temporal distancing कहते हैं, जिससे आपकी जो urgency है या immediacy है of the moment, this reduces the urgency and intensity of your worry, helping you focus more on the present with a calmer, more focused mindset. This is an emotional regulation strategy reflecting on how you will feel much better in the future. Technique is the fear analysis. The first ever TED Talk that I watched, this was this TED Talk by Tim Ferriss. कितने लोग जानते हैं Tim Ferriss कौन है? The author of the 4-Hour Workweek. Tim Ferriss, आपने देखा होगा उनके interviews. Tim Ferriss talked about this exercise called the fear setting exercise. Fear setting exercise is usually done in 3 parts. Define, number 1. Number 2 is prevent, and number 3 is repair. Now, what do we mean by define, prevent, and repair? For example, you have a fear of the future. आगे क्या होने वाला है? You're concerned about it. You start by defining your worst fear, and I'm not talking about fear of death and fear of those existential fears. No, I'm talking about कोई ऐसा fear जो आपके mind में it's always there. No matter what you do, it keeps bugging at you. It keeps bugging at you every day. That's the fear that we're talking about. That's paralyzing you into inaction. You start by defining that fear so that you put a name and face to the demon. The second step is you work on the prevent strategy. What is my game plan so that I prevent this fear from coming true? Number 3, repair. What if my worst possible fear, worst case scenario comes true, then what am I going to do? वो मेरी repair strategy का plan होगा, right? For example, you're afraid or scared or nervous about an interview. Okay, I am afraid of getting asked a question that I might not know the answer to, and I'm afraid of being put on the spot. That's my fear. Number 2 is we're going to try and make up a prevention plan. The second part is the prevention part, which is what can I do so that this fear doesn't come true. For example, मैंने mock interviews ले लिए किसी के साथ so that I'm prepared better. Number 3 is the repair part. What can I do if my worst case scenario comes true? What if I do fumble? Then I have other options. What are my other options? Maybe I apply to 10 other places so that my stakes are low here. Now, why I found this exercise the most useful is because number 1, it's also really useful for my clients. It's proven very useful for my clients. Number 2, I have used this personally about a year ago, 2 years ago, when I was deciding if I do want to come back from New York, if I do want to come back home. Did I want to do the corporate life? Did I want to get a job in New York? Did I want to come back and start my own thing here? Based on this exercise, I made a decision that I would come back and try and give it a shot, and things are going pretty well, right? The idea behind this exercise is that no matter what happens, I will be okay. No matter what happens, I'm going to be fine. Because बहुत बार होता है कि fears के चलते हम steps नहीं लेते. We don't take certain risks. The next type of thinking, overthinking, is overthinking based on the present, and let's talk about the mindset and technique for that. The mindset is the Occam's razor. आपको याद है we were talking about a car in the beginning? Let's bring that car back. ठीक है? The simplest possible explanation of my car malfunctioning was that maybe the tire is broken, maybe puncture hai, right? That was the simplest possible explanation. Treat it like an hypothesis. Treat your simplest possible explanation like a hypothesis. Look for evidence. Is it true? Is it false? Only then, once you have proven, okay, tire mein koi problem nahi hai, fine, now I'm going to go for the next possible explanation, which is maybe battery is the problem. Battery pe kaam karta hai, right? Only then go for the next complex explanation. Occam's razor is basically a problem solving principle and philosophy that says if you have two competing ideas, theek hai, to explain the same phenomenon, you should go for the simpler one. Now, overthinking mein kaise apply hota hai? Whenever, for example, if your friend doesn't text you back, your first thought is, oh, she hates me. कुछ कह दिया क्या मैंने जो बुरा लग गया? But that's the least likely explanation. Maybe she's just busy, maybe he's just busy, maybe they're doing something else, right? So when you have two competing ideas to pick from in order to explain a phenomenon, you go for the simpler one. Technique is the good enough list. Now, यहाँ पे कितने लोगों को actually जाके engineers बनना है? Okay. यहाँ पे कितने लोगों को engineering के अलावा कुछ और करना है? Okay. All right. As expected. In this technique, this is the good enough or the bare minimum list. We make a list of 3 things. 3 check boxes बनाओ, जिसको tick करके that's when you will jump into action. So, for example, if I was an engineering student like you, who's also very good at videography, and I've been overthinking about making content, this would be my good enough list. Number 1, my content needs to be shot using my phone's back camera, 4K, 30 FPS pe maybe. The audio needs to be captured with a mic so that it's crystal clear. And my video needs to solve a problem for other videographers, and that is all. Once I have checked those 3 things, I can press post. Now, this is helpful in situations jab aap present mein you're overthinking about something a lot, when you're not really taking action around something. You make a list of 3 things and then you go ahead. Now, let's talk about how to overcome overthinking of the past, and this is my favorite because we will talk about regret. यहाँ पे कितने लोगों को regrets हैं कुछ चीज़ों को लेकर? Okay. हम सबको होते हैं, it's very normal to have regrets as human beings. It's actually impossible not to have regrets, and we'll talk about that. Regret is a heavy and intrusive emotion that you can't get rid of, and it is a very real response to a disappointing situation from the past. Maybe past में आपने ऐसी कोई चीज़ की होगी या नहीं की होगी जिसकी वजह से you have regret, and it's a very heavy feeling that you just can't seem to shake off. But at the same time, regret is useless. There is no point to regret. Why? Because you wouldn't have done anything differently. The reason that you're even questioning that past decision that you made is because there has time has passed from that time to now, where you have lived a few experiences, you have made some more mistakes, your belief systems around the same thing has changed. Regretting a decision and wishing it never happened is almost like asking a completely different person to make a different choice or to do something differently than what came naturally to them in that moment. It's just impossible. Which is why regret is a useless emotion. Let's talk about techniques. यहाँ पे लिखते हैं कोई, do we write? Do we like writing? बहुत कम. Okay. Even if you don't try this out, give it 7 days, right? You can try it out, treat it like an experiment. Get a blank notebook, and before bed, write the answer to these 5 questions. Number 1, what are the 2 ways this constant regret affects what I do and what I say on a day-to-day basis? Question number 2, could I have behaved any differently considering the particular stage of my life and the information or experiences I had at that point in my life? Number 3, was there anything I did right in that situation जिसको लेकर भी I'm unnecessarily regretting? Think about it. As a result of this regretful experience, have I changed the way that I behave and respond to similar situations? Has anything changed? Lastly, is there anything I can do now that will make any difference about how I think and feel about the same situation that I regret? Now, the point behind answering these 5 questions is, you will realize that you're actually much better off because of the exact same experiences that you regret. You're a much different and better and developed person. Now, if I was only given 18 seconds today, instead of the famous 18 TED minutes, I will tell you this. आज वही कल है जिस कल की फिक्र तुम्हें कल थी. Thank you.